Greetings, this is August 5th, and we are looking at images from the Bridge Lake area sent to me by a friend who also took this photograph of the sun through a telephoto lens over the Flat Lake fire. It's quite a dramatic image. Let's go to the infrared. We can take a look at some early afternoon data and compare it with yesterday, specifically on the Flat Lake fire, the White Rock Lake fire, and we'll take a look at the Tremont Creek fire, where the eastern flank has moved northward and over Okanagan Lake. So here we're looking at the Flat Lake fire zone. This is west of Highway 97, west of Green Lake. That's Highway 97 down the center of the screen. We're looking at yesterday's data, and here is today. It actually looks like most of the movement has been to the northwest. That's where most of the activity is building up towards the left-hand side of the screen. Here we are zooming into the northeastern flank that's adjacent with 93 Mile on the west side of Highway 97 yesterday and now today. Well, the infrared does appear to have retreated from that vertical infrastructure line closer to Highway 97. The path of the fire has been moving west to east, or left-hand side of the screen to the right-hand side of the screen. So it does appear to have pulled back from that expansion. We're moving to the northwestern flank of the fire. This is yesterday, south of Gustafson Lake, and now today. And we can see an expansion westwards and northwards. The infrared does not appear along the western shore of Gustafson Lake, but it has moved past the lake in a forested block and now appears to be making moves northwards. Let's go to the southwest flank of the fire. This is north of Meadow Lake and north of Alberta Lake. This is yesterday and now today. I'm seeing a reduction in the overall infrared. There are movements west, but I'm not seeing any movement closer to Meadow Lake. We're going to move southwards now. This is the Tremont Creek fire. It's east of Ashcroft. That's on the left-hand side of the screen, and Wallachine is to the north. Okanagan Lake is that dark area to the bottom right or southeast of the fire zone. This is the infrared from yesterday and now today. The infrared appears to have expanded northeastwards and southwards right up against the lake. Let's zoom in and look at that comparison again. This is yesterday. Okanagan's right about center of the screen. And today. The infrared does appear like it's right along the northwestern shore, but keep in mind these hotspots can be off position. They can also be obscured by smoke and cloud, and those squares don't mean that fire is consuming the entire square. They just mean that heat was detected somewhere within that square. And in a fire zone like this, where there is volatile activity, it's moving quickly, the ground report from BC Wildfire, you can get it by going to the description below, click on the links to BC Wildfire. That's going to be vital to get current, up-to-date information on the situation on the ground. We're moving now to the White Rock Lake fire. This is south of Westwold, southwest of Falkland, south of Monte Lake, and in the Monte Hills area. This is infrared from yesterday and now today. We can definitely see increased activity, very busy on all perimeters. There are multiple fire fronts along this eastern perimeter. Let's zoom in. We are looking at Monte Lake to the top of the screen. Westwold is just right of center. Highway 97 is almost center. And here we can see the fire expansion today moving right up to that highway line, coming right below the south end of Monte Lake. I'm also seeing 3 or 4 MODIS infrared hotspots in the Westwold Valley. Now, those are approximately 750 meters, and they indicate that, of course, heat was detected somewhere within that square, but they may be off position. We're jumping down to about halfway down the eastern flank of this fire. This is what has moved the furthest east towards Falkland. We see the infrared yesterday and now today. There is expansion eastward, but gauging by the size of these hot spots between 750 meters to 1.5 kilometers eastward. The distance to Falkland, just a rough guess from their scale at the corner of the screen, is about 15 kilometers. And most of that activity is around the Adelphi Creek area. We're now looking at the southeastern flank of this fire. It's made an approach eastward towards Okanagan Lake. Here is yesterday and now today. It looks like about a 2 to 3 kilometer expansion eastwards based on the size of those 750 meter orange Modus squares. It also appears to be bordered by two creeks on the north and the south and moving up the hill and could potentially be seen from Okanagan Lake. With that amount of activity, it could definitely be casting an orange glow in the sky. We're zooming out now, taking a look at the southern interior. This is infrared from yesterday and now today. Definitely brighter, more activity on all these perimeters, a little hotter. So do please go to the links below, go to the NASA firm system and zoom into the area of your concern, and you can get a lot more detailed information. We are looking at the latest infrared from today. There will be another MODIS update about 12:30 a.m. in the morning, and we can see if there's been any change. We've zoomed out to the northern part of the province. We can see around Nechako, that's just to the left of center of the screen, and Tweedsmuir, not a lot of change over the last 24 hours, but I am noticing those two hotspots south of Dawson and Fort St. John. Zooming into the one closest to Fort St. John, this is Taylor, and it looks to be in an industrial area. There is a small forested block there, but this could be one of those hotspots that appear frequently due to human activity in industrial zones. So just a note, in case you're searching around for the most recent hotspots, they do catch me from time to time. Let's go to windy now. We're looking at the Flat Lake area. When I started this video, winds were moving from the southwest at 15 kilometers an hour, and now they've switched and are coming from the northwest at 11 kilometers an hour. That was pretty quick turnaround. Those winds should come from the northwest all night long until about 11 a.m. tomorrow, where they'll switch and start coming from the west. There may be some cooling as cloud cover moves in, and there is a slight chance of precipitation, just a few millimeters, tomorrow and on Saturday. Further south at Tremont Creek, east of Cache Creek and Ashcroft, the wind is still coming from the southwest at 11 kilometers an hour, and over in the White Rock Lake fire zone southwest of Falkland, the wind is coming at 17 kilometers an hour from the southwest. Let's take a look at a forecast for the West Wold Falkland area south of Monte Lake. We're looking at strong gusts from the southwest tonight, tomorrow, Saturday, all the way until Sunday, when there's a potential for a wind shift to come from the northwest and bring a little bit of precipitation. Looking at different weather models all stacked up in windy. The forecast until Sunday is winds from the southwest with gusts, and on Sunday a chance for precipitation and winds changing and coming from the west and northwest. So depending on the area that you're in, the terrain, the elevation, winds could change and come from the northwest overnight, and there could be fairly strong gusts tomorrow in the afternoon, especially in the White Rock Lake area. We're looking at potentially 48 hours of strong southwest winds. So do be careful out there. Consider who else is making their way on the roadways, the byways, and the highways, and make sure you take that extra moment, take stock of the situation. What are your access routes? What is the terrain between you and the fire zone, and which way is the wind blowing? Thank you very much for watching. Do check the links below, and let's keep our noses to the breeze.